My dear friend, I can feel the ache in your heart tonight, that quiet longing, that gentle whisper of love that still lives within you. You've been carrying this weight, hoping that somehow the one you love might find their way back to you. Take a deep breath now, because this moment is sacred. The same God who formed the stars in the sky and the seas that never cease is looking at you with tenderness. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. And this prayer, this conversation between your heart and heaven, is the beginning of something beautiful. Close your eyes for a moment and let peace wash over you. Even if your heart feels shattered, remember, God is the great restorer. What seems broken beyond repair is never too far from His reach. He sees the silent tears, the sleepless nights, and the hope that refuses to die. Let Him hold you right now. Let His presence surround you with warmth, reminding you that love, true love, never fades when it's rooted in divine purpose. You may not understand the distance, the silence, or the reason why things fell apart, but there is a heavenly plan unfolding beyond what you can see. Sometimes, separation is the soil where growth happens. Sometimes, God allows the pause before the promise to prepare both hearts for something deeper, purer, stronger. So, while you wait, do not despair. Trust that God is at work, even in the quiet. Whisper this now: Lord, I surrender this love into your hands. Say it with faith. There's power in letting go, not to lose, but to give God room to move. You see, when you hold on too tightly, fear leads. But when you release it to Him, peace begins to guide. God knows the one you love. He knows where they are, what they feel, and what holds them back. He can speak to their spirit, even when words cannot. The distance between you and them is not too great for God's reach. He can touch hearts miles apart. He can soften anger, heal misunderstandings, and renew affection. So right now, invite His Spirit to move. Holy Spirit, you can say softly, "Go where I cannot go. Speak what I cannot say. Heal what I cannot touch." Let those words linger in your soul. God is already responding. Angels are being released on your behalf. Love is being remembered in the quiet corners of another heart. I want you to feel the calm that comes when faith replaces fear. You're not fighting this battle alone. Heaven is standing beside you. You may not see it, but there's a divine hand guiding this story. And that hand is gentle, patient, full of love. Maybe you've been replaying moments in your mind, wondering what went wrong, what you could have done differently. Let that go tonight. Release regret. God isn't holding your past against you. He's writing something new. And in this new chapter, healing comes first for you, for them, for the bond that once was. Even if communication has stopped, believe that God can reopen doors no human can close. Believe that He can breathe new life into what felt lost. His timing is perfect, not early, not late, but right on time. Rest in that truth for a moment. Let your heart slow down. Let peace fill the empty spaces where worry once lived. You are safe in His love. You are covered by His grace, Lord. Right now, I ask you to touch this heart that listens. Surround them with your warmth. Remove doubt. Replace it with quiet confidence. Let them feel your presence stronger than ever before. Whisper to their spirit that you are still in control. God, bring comfort where there's pain. Bring clarity where there's confusion. And bring hope where despair once lingered. Let every thought of fear be silenced under the weight of your peace, my friend. Listen carefully. This is not the end of your story. Love that is meant by God never truly dies. It transforms, it deepens, it grows in ways unseen. You may not know how or when, but restoration is possible through faith. There will come a day when everything makes sense, when the tears you've cried will water the roots of a renewed connection. Until that day, let faith be your anchor. Let gratitude be your song. Keep praying, even when it's hard. Keep believing, even when you feel weak, because every word you lift to heaven is heard. Every sigh is sacred. Every longing is known, and as you wait, God is also working on you. He's preparing your heart to love better, forgive deeper, and trust stronger. He's shaping you into the person who will receive the blessing you've been praying for. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. You're not being forgotten. You're being refined. Every delay has divine purpose. Every silence is filled with unseen grace. So hold on, not to fear, but to faith. Hold on to the promise that God restores what was lost. Hold on to the truth that His love is greater than any distance, stronger than any wall, and gentler than any goodbye. And as you sit in this moment, quiet, still, hopeful, know that heaven leans close. Angels stand guard. The Lord Himself smiles upon you, whispering, "Be still and know that I am God." Your story is not over. The one you love is not beyond reach. And God's love, eternal, faithful, unbreakable, is already moving in your favor. There's a stirring in your heart right now, isn't there? That quiet sense that something is shifting in the unseen. It's not your imagination. It's the Spirit of God beginning to move in ways you cannot yet see. Every prayer you've whispered, every tear that's fallen, has been collected by heaven. None of it was wasted. You are standing on holy ground, right in the middle of your miracle in progress. Listen closely. Sometimes God allows things to fall apart just enough to rebuild them stronger. You thought this was the end, but it was only a pause. God is not finished writing this chapter of your life. The same love that once connected your hearts still echoes in eternity. And God knows exactly how to bring it back in His perfect way. You've been faithful through the silence. You've prayed even when your heart felt empty. That faith is what moves heaven. And while you've been waiting, God has been weaving, stitching pieces together, preparing the way for something greater than before. Imagine the one you love right now, not as they were, but as God is shaping them to be. He's softening hearts, renewing minds, and healing wounds that neither of you could reach alone. You might not see it yet, but restoration is quietly unfolding behind the curtain of time. Don't let fear whisper lies to you. Fear says it's over, but faith says it's being reborn. Fear shows you the loss, but faith shows you the lesson. And in that lesson, you will find strength you never knew you had. You are growing in grace, becoming the vessel God needs to pour out this miracle of love. Let peace find you again. You've been tired of waiting, weary from hoping, but tonight, rest in the truth that the delay is not denial. Sometimes God takes longer because He's building something that will last. A love that will not crumble again. A bond sealed not by emotion alone, but by divine promise. You are not forgotten by the one you love, even if they seem distant. God has a way of bringing memories to the surface, stirring hearts at just the right time. What seems like silence on their end may be the quiet before conviction. God knows how to whisper your name to their spirit. There are unseen forces working on your behalf. Angels preparing the path. Divine timing, aligning every step. What was once confusion will soon become clarity. You'll look back and realize every waiting moment was a thread in a greater tapestry of love and redemption. Don't rush what God is perfecting. Don't chase what God is already bringing to you. Stand still, breathe deeply, and believe that your stillness allows God's hand to move freely. You don't have to fix what only heaven can restore. There's a gentle power in surrender. When you let go, heaven takes over. When you release your need to control, God releases His plan into motion. Your faith is the key that unlocks the miracle, and you are holding that key right now. Look at how far you've come through heartbreak, through loneliness, through all the nights you thought you couldn't pray another word. Yet here you are, still standing, still believing. That alone is proof of divine strength living inside you. Whisper it again, softly, like a promise to your soul. God is restoring what I thought was lost. Say it with conviction, even if your heart trembles, because faith doesn't require proof, it creates it. In this moment, picture light surrounding your heart, a warm glow of peace. That light is the presence of God wrapping around you, reminding you that love, when placed in His hands, never truly ends. It only transforms. You might feel alone, but you are being guided. Each thought of the one you love is not random. It's a nudge from heaven reminding you to keep praying, to keep trusting, to keep hoping beyond what your eyes can see. Remember, God does not forget the desires He placed inside your heart. If He planted the love, He will water it in due season. And when the time is right, it will bloom again, more beautiful, more complete, more blessed than before. There's something sacred about waiting faithfully. It's in that space that your heart becomes aligned with God's purpose. He's not just restoring the relationship. He's restoring you, your confidence, your peace, your capacity to love without fear. You don't have to understand every detail right now. What matters is that you trust the one who sees the end from the beginning. The one who can call dry bones to life, can call a broken love back into existence. Feel that gentle tug in your soul. That's hope returning. Not the fragile hope that breaks easily, but the kind that stands tall in storms. The kind that believes even when it hurts. The kind that declares God is still able. So breathe, beloved. Just breathe. The same God who began this work will complete it. The same love that once connected to hearts still lives, waiting for the divine moment to reunite what was meant to be. And as you stand here, still, surrendered, open, heaven leans in closer, watching over you, spurring softly into your heart that the story is far from over. There's something stirring in the atmosphere right now. Can you feel it? That gentle presence, that quiet shift in your spirit. It's the whisper of God reminding you that He has not forgotten your prayer. Even when everything seems silent, heaven is not still. The movement has begun. The answer is unfolding. Sometimes, before God restores what was lost, He restores you. He strengthens your heart so that when love returns, it meets a version of you filled with peace, not pain. This waiting season is not punishment, it's preparation. And as you yield to it, You'll find that God's timing carries perfect precision. Imagine the one you love standing in the same moonlight tonight, unaware that God is softening their heart even now. Somewhere in the stillness of their thoughts, they are remembering your laughter, your kindness, your prayers. God is planting seeds of remembrance deep within them, seeds that will soon bloom into a longing to return. But before the reunion comes the revelation. God wants you to see yourself through His eyes, whole, worthy, chosen. You are not defined by rejection or distance. You are defined by His love, which never wavers. Let that truth settle in your spirit like gentle rain. You see, when God restores, He doesn't bring things back as they were. He makes them better. He removes the broken edges, replaces pride with humility, and fills the cracks with grace. This is the kind of restoration that doesn't just happen to you, but through you. Every time you pray for the one you love, heaven listens. Your words are not lost in the air. They are written into eternity. There's an angel assigned to your petition, carrying your prayers before the throne of mercy. And though you can't see it, the response is already in motion. You might have moments of doubt when you ask, Lord, how much longer? But remember, divine timing never rushes, and it never fails. What God is doing requires precision, aligning hearts, rearranging circumstances, removing distractions. It's bigger than you think. Right now, your heart is learning to trust without evidence. That's faith, walking through uncertainty with the quiet assurance that God's hand is steady, even when yours trembles. Keep walking. Keep believing. Heaven rewards those who refuse to give up. Close your eyes again and picture the love you once had, not as something lost, but as something waiting to be reborn. Feel the warmth of that memory. Let it remind you that God doesn't allow love to fade when He intends for it to return stronger. You are not chasing after something that's gone. You are standing in faith for something that's being reborn. You are not clinging to the past. You are partnering with God for a divine restoration. That's a sacred difference. The Lord is speaking to you, even now. Be still, my child. I am working. His voice may be soft, but it carries authority. When He speaks, hearts shift, paths align, and what was impossible becomes inevitable. In the unseen, things are aligning. Emotions are softening. Forgiveness is rising. Somewhere, the person you love is feeling a gentle pull toward the peace they once found in your presence, a peace that was not yours alone to give, but God's peace flowing through you. You've prayed through tears, through exhaustion, through uncertainty, and heaven has taken notice. God does not ignore perseverance. Your consistency in prayer is creating spiritual momentum. You may not see it yet, but the breakthrough has already begun. There's beauty in this silence, too. It's in the quiet that God speaks the loudest. It's in the waiting that He strengthens your faith. Don't despise this moment. It's the soil where miracles take root. Every time you think of giving up, remember who's writing your story. The author of love itself holds the pen. He knows every chapter, even the one you thought was over. He's about to turn the page in a way that will leave you in awe. You are being shaped into someone who loves deeply, forgives freely, and trusts completely. And when the time is right, that transformation will draw the one you love back, not to the old version of you, but to the new heart God has formed. Feel that hope again. Let it rise gently within you, like dawn breaking after a long night. Hope is the language of faith. It tells heaven, I still believe. It's not foolish to believe again. It's brave. You may not have all the answers, but you have His promise. And His promise says He restores, He redeems, He renews. Every broken piece of your story is being gathered, prepared, and transformed into something radiant, even now. As you breathe and let these words settle in your heart, the presence of God is near, closer than your own heartbeat. He's whispering peace over your soul, preparing you for the moment when what you've prayed for stands right before you. Thank you, my dear friend, for staying with me in this moment of prayer and faith. I know that if you're still here, it's because your heart believes that God can move mountains, and He will. You are not here by accident. This word reached you because heaven wanted to remind you that your story is still being written by loving hands. If this prayer touched you in any way, I want you to do something from the heart. Confirm that you received this message by commenting below with the phrase, "Pray for name of the person or reason." Share your intention, because when you write it, you're not just commenting, you're declaring your faith before heaven. And while you're here, I invite you to become part of our family of prayer and hope. Subscribe to our channel, activate the notification bell so you won't miss any prayer, and leave your like. It helps this message reach more hearts in need of comfort, just like yours once was. May peace rest upon you tonight. May you feel God's arms around you, reminding you that love still lives, that hope still breathes, and that your miracle is already on its way.